Hey everyone, Chelsea here from Sew Simple Home. Today we are making one of my favorite projects, the Penny Pocket Pillow. And this project is super simple and great for all ages. So we are going to start with our main fabric, and we are going to cut out two pieces of our main fabric. This is the medium pillow, so we're cutting out a 12 by 12 inch piece. And like I said, we're going to need two of those. So two 12 by 12 inch pieces. And this is the main pillow. So for ours, we're picking this fun yellow fabric. And then our pockets, we're using a black material. So kind of like bumblebee colors, if you will. So we need two of those pieces cut out, two 12 by 12. Now here is my pocket piece. And this one is going to be 8 inches by 12 inches. So 12 inches wide and then 8 inches long. So to sew them up, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the top of the pocket and we're going to press it down 1/4 inch and then another 1/4 inch. And I'm just finger pressing today because that makes it really simple. I don't have to do a lot. And then I'll just put some pins through it, just to keep everything in place. All right, now I'm putting in my machine and I'm just stitching right at the edge of that fold that I just made to keep the hem of this pocket intact. Now, if you really wanted the pocket to be secure, you could definitely add some interfacing before you sew this hem up, but we're just doing the pocket this way. Now we're going to add the pocket, and I'm just going to kind of show you your options here. So you're putting your pocket on one of your main fabric pieces, and you're going to line up the pocket along the raw edges. So you want the two side raw edges and then the raw edge at the bottom. So you can see there. So we'd want it to line up on the sides and the bottom. Now for this pocket, you can do a couple of things. You can leave it big, or you could put a line down the middle so you could have two smaller pockets, but that's totally up to you. And then we're going to place the other main fabric piece over the top with right sides together like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to pin all the edges together so that that pocket stays in place when I sew. And I'm going to leave an opening at the top of this pillow so that I can turn it right side out. I'm not going to leave it at the bottom because there's too many layers with that pocket included, and I'll end up I'll probably stuff the pocket, or the layers won't be as strong. Excuse me. So when I get to my corners, so I'm sewing along the bottom edge here, and I'm sewing about 1/2 inch. And when I get to the corner, I'm going to turn and keep going. And I'm just going right over all 3 layers so that pocket gets caught inside the pillow. I'm going to turn one more time. When I get close, I'm going to back stitch, and then I'll take my pillow out and cut my threads here. So we've just sewn a square, and there's a hole. Now we're going to clip our corners. And if you wanted to get rid of some bulk, you could definitely trim your seam allowances as well. But we're going to turn it right side out. Now when you're turning it right side out, just make sure that your corners get turned all the way and that your pocket gets turned on the correct side of your pillow. So it doesn't get turned on the back side of the pillow, it gets turned on the front side of the pillow. But I like to kind of push those corners out before I turn it all the way, and that just kind of helps keep them nice and sharp. Okay, there's our pillow so far. Now we're going to take our stuffing and we're going to stuff our pillow. I use polyfiber fill. If you wanted to save, you could definitely use you know, batting or fiber fill that's in pillows or stuffed animals. You can recycle your stuffing from wherever you want. I will admit, a lot of times I'll make these pillows, and I'll make them as an envelope pillow, so that I can just put it over a pillow form that I already have or I've already created. But this project is actually my sewing students, one of their favorite projects. Kids love pillows. For whatever reason, they always want to make pillows. So I go through a lot of polyfiber fill. All right, so now we're going to close it up. Now I am going to hand sew it, and I'm going to use a slip stitch to hand sew it closed. You don't have to do that. You could definitely put it in your machine and stitch across the opening and call it good. It's totally up to you. For this particular project, I just like the look of the hand stitch. And like I said, I'm going to use a slip stitch, and I have a video on how to slip stitch or how to mend pillows. And it should pop up here so that you can watch it here in just a second. But I'm going to take my thread and I put it through one of the lips of those raw edges, and then I go through the opposite lip. And I just go back and forth, and that's how you do a slip stitch. And then at the very end, I just tie it in a knot, and I call it good. So once you finish that, then your pillow's ready to go. You can add your favorite book, and you have your own penny pocket pillow. I hope you enjoyed.